It's easy to insert a Vidyard player into a new or existing landing page. When you are in the landing page editor, click on the Landing Page Content option to add your Vidyard player. In this example, we are starting from a blank template, which allows the ability to add custom HTML. You can do this by pressing the source icon. If you do not see the source icon, it's possible that you are using a stock template which does not have HTML editing capability. We will provide a solution to that towards the end of this video. Now head over to the Vidyard platform and select the Share option for a player that you wish to insert. The responsive embed code will have the option to be a lightbox or an inline player if left unchecked. For this demonstration, we will leave it as an inline player with a width and height of 640 by 360 pixels. Having these settings applied will mean that the video will play in a defined area of the page and at those dimensions. When back in Pardot, you will need to paste the copied code into your source editor. You may already have a division or div set for this player, so ensure that you paste the code into the correct place. If there are Vidyard players already on the landing page, it's safe to remove the initial 2 lines of the script on additional players. As this is the only Vidyard player that will be on the page, we will leave the code intact. Click the Source button to return to the WYSIWYG editor. If you're happy with how it looks, click Next. Pressing the Preview button on the Confirm and Save tab will show you how the player looks and functions on your landing page. If you had an issue with the source button not displaying, you were likely adjusting a stock template. To get around this problem, we will need to perform a process to convert the template to make it editable with HTML. To do this, click Confirm and Save to access the Preview Page option. When the page loads, we need to right-click and View Page Source to view the page's HTML. Use Ctrl or Command A to select all of the code and then copy. When back in Pardot, select the Content Layout option and choose a blank template from My Layout Templates. Going forward, you will not be able to use the stock template editor for this page. Now move over to the Landing Page Content tab and click the Source button to paste the HTML we copied from the preview page. Click Source again to confirm that the page appears as expected. We will be using an object that is already on the page to insert a video. On this template, the images are small and would suit a lightbox embed. Click on the source code to locate the div that contains the image that we want to convert. In this case, we will adjust the first 220 by 120 pixels image of the 3 available. Head back into Vidyard and the sharing options for the player to copy the code. This time, we will choose a lightbox option and then click Copy Code. This is where it can get a little tricky. It's important to maintain the positioning of the image, so we need to keep some of the div styling that is already present. You can remove the class properties, but most important is to remove the area which begins IMG and then leave the end div tag. Paste the Vidyard code into the area where the IMG code was. And that should be it. To check this looks correct, press the source icon and arrow down to see the result. To ensure your player loads correctly, hit Next to access the preview link.